Good Shabbos, everyone.
Shabbos, Rabbi.
So, yes, we have some name tags for those. I think with RSVP for the Oneg. We may have other ones to fill out. It's just nice having name tags so we can, afterwards, when we see each other at Oneg, we don't have to remember, oh, that's Mary Sue, I forgot her name. Because that's what's happening to me, 28 years of doing that. Mary Sue, I will never forget your name, don't worry. Just the guy sitting next to you. Michael Frank. So anyway, I'll remember it all. But it's really nice that we're together as a community. It's a special night for Temple Shir Shalom, as many of you know. Unfortunately, we couldn't be outside. We decided not to due to the air quality. And some of you walked in and said you were pleased and you weren't planning on coming, but when you saw that announcement, decided to. So I'm glad you agreed with that. We didn't want to put anyone in jeopardy. A little safer here in breathing this air conditioning. Our services tonight will be relaxed. It's a come as you are summer services. For those of you in shorts, you're the smart ones, and we appreciate that. But it's just a nice, relaxing Shabbat service for us right now, and we'll conclude with our Kiddush and a Shechianu together in the social hall after our services. But first, let's make it Shabbat by becoming a community. Find someone you're sitting near who you may know or you don't know. Introduce yourself. Wish them a good Shabbos.
Shabbat, 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 Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shalom, Shabbat, Shalom, Shabbat, Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam.
Yai da 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 bim.
Bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam.
So as we begin our services, I want to share a little insight, a little story, a little thought to put us in perspective maybe, to help us begin our prayers. My son had his wisdom teeth out yesterday morning, and he's fine. He's doing fine, don't worry. Mommy's taking care of him now. It's all good. So, and in texting with my mother, as he was having the procedure, she said, I think he'll still be smart, because my mom, and it's good that he had his wisdom that helped him get through college. He just graduated, right? So we're so aware of that. And I said, I don't know if it's wisdom as much, Mom, but for us Moskowitz, it seems getting through college is a lot of luck. Luck goes well, and you go to rabbinical school and you become a rabbi. It doesn't go well, and maybe I'd be wearing a uniform and you see me behind bars. I don't know. It's just, my mother said, I prefer to see it as mazel. Mazel. We say mazel tov to someone, and we all think it means congratulations. We break a glass at the end of a wedding at the chuppah, and we all say mazel tov, and it's a congratulations. But the word mazel really is a star in the skies. Mazel tov means may your stars be aligned. May everything work out well, because maybe the ancients knew that so much of what we experience in life is a little bit random and a little bit of luck. We don't always know exactly what's going to happen. When we're blessed to have found that partner under the chuppah, we break the glass, mazel tov, the stars lined up well. It's a little random. It's not just the idea of luck, but something works out and comes together. And I think that's something in our tradition that actually is beautiful. Because it's saying that we need to have perspective to never take anything for granted. That we have to understand that what we experience in this world, everything, there's a piece of randomness in it. We don't blame God for the tornado or the hurricane or the flood, God forbid the cancer, nor, in a sense, when the good things happen, we recognize we're blessed. We have these things. It's random, but we have to appreciate these blessings as well. And we give thanks for that. And that's what moments like this are about. In a sense, as a people, that's what Shabbat is about, because it gives us a moment to pause and to say, there's mazel. That despite what's going on in our world, we have enough mazel, enough luck, enough good stars to get ourselves here and put our tuchas into the sanctuary to appreciate. And we have enough mazel tonight to walk into our social hall afterwards and see beauty that's new and the blessings of community. Enough mazel to recognize the blessings that we have to be surrounded by other people with us, to see this day as a blessing, to say, Ze hayom asa Adonai, Nagilav Nismechavo, that the psalmist teaches this is a day, every day is, that God has made. So let's be glad in it. Let's find the beauty in this moment.
Ze hayom asa Adonai, Nagilah v'nismecha bo. Ze hayom asa Adonai, Nagilah v'nismecha bo. Me'et Adonai hayita zot, hi niflat beinenu, hi niflat beinenu.
So with that perspective, take a deep breath. Breathe in deeply through your nose, out slowly through your mouth. Breathe in God's gift to each and every one of us. Breathe out our gift to this world. That perspective that can help us say, it's not that I have to work so hard, I have to do so much. It's that I'm blessed to get to do so much. I'm blessed to have work to do. I'm blessed to be around others, to motivate myself, to notice Shabbat, to notice this moment in time, to notice the blessings that surround me, the goodness that comes in community, memories that are a part of who I am, identity that strengthens my everyday, a calm that can fill our lives because of what we create, what we make, and what we see as our blessing.
Ze hayom asa Adonai, Nagilah v'nismecha bo. Ze hayom asa
So with that perspective, can we come together as a community? And if you're able and would like to, we rise together as we join in our prayers for this Shabbat and our call to worship.
La 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 joy and all the love you have to give. Shelter us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Next prayer that we join together into the words of the Hashkivenu. This prayer is one that we say at night before we go to sleep with the hopes, the desires, the wishes, the prayers that when we go down to sleep tonight, that we'll find ourselves at peace. And that tomorrow morning when we wake up to life renewed, we'll be refreshed, renewed. And that God will bring about a world of peace around us as well. And so since it's a meditation service, I thought we'd take a moment to meditate now as well. So I invite you, those of you who are comfortable to close your eyes just for a moment, to focus on your breath, to breathe in, slowly inhaling through your nose, and to breathe out, exhaling through your mouth. Continue to focus on that breath. Breathe in, breathing in God's gift to us, and breathe out, sharing your gift with the world. The last line of the Hashkivenu praises God for bringing about peace to the people of Israel and to the entire world. But for a moment, picture in your mind, what does peace look like to you? What is peace? Peace in our world? What would that look like? What's needed in order for us to find peace in our communities, in our country, in the world around us? What does peace in our minds look like as well? How do we find peace within ourselves? Maybe letting go of the challenges, the struggles, interactions that could have gone differently. Maybe thinking about how we could do things differently. What we could do if we found ourselves in a situation where it may take us out of that peaceful state. What can we do to bring us back to it? To find shalom. In this prayer, we ask that God spread over us a shelter of peace to help us find that vision that we see in our minds.
Guide my steps and help me find my way. I need your shelter now. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom ve'amidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom ve'amidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha l'chaim u'shalom mi'tav yad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom ve'amidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai
In preparation for the Amidah, we rise together now and we take a moment for our own private meditations. For those of you that would like to, in a moment as we join together in the words of the Amidah, they can be found on page 26 in the prayer books in the pews in front of you. Please pray silently.
Thought has blown the marketplace away. There is a song on the wind, joy in the trees. Shabbat has arrived in the world, scattering the sound in the silence of the night, and eternity utters a day, and eternity utters a day. I thought has blown the marketplace away. There is a song on the wind. There is a song on the wind, and joy in the trees, and joy in the Shabbat has arrived. Shabbat has arrived in the world, scattering the song, scattering the song in the silence of the night, and eternity utters a day, and eternity utters a day. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agid tehilatecha. Eternal God, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, v'Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Koneh HaKol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor leolam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah Rav lehoshia, Morid hatal, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישוע, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
So we gather on Shabbat and turn to our words and learnings from the Torah, so to remind ourselves that Torah is a source of hope and strength for us as well. And so as we walk around with the Torah at this time, our prayers are those of Mishaberach, those of healing. We reach out, we touch it, we mention names out loud as a way to connect with one another, and a way to show that we're thinking of each other in our community, our friends, our family, those in need of strength, as we walk around together and we stand here as a community. Mishaberach Avatenu Abraham, Yitzchak v'Yaakov, Imotenu Sarah, Rivka, Leah, v'Rachel. Hu yivrech et hacholim, merciful God, who has blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Leah, and Rachel. Send your blessings to our loved ones stricken with illness, anxiety, friends, and family. We think of it this time. Alyssa Oto, Amy Drysdale Atler, Suzanne Becker, Fran Bernstein, Wendy Bratt, Michael Brody, Sivia Kayla Bat Yosef Zippa, Karen Kasman, Patty Seresny, Ian Cohen, Michael Eisen, Sandra Elliott, Barbara Esrig, Carl Fisher, Carol Fruman, Ann Gotro, Batia Beshapanina, Eileen Gunsberg, Enid Gutter, Ava Haberkornholm, Ty Hall, Hank Heiser, Laura Hershen, Don Marie Hock, Eloise Haas, Carol Kaufman, Chaya Aviva Bat Vegla, Marta Lazar, Zev Lorber, Zoe Marcus, Laureen, and Sean Majeski, Gail Mintz, Lev Herschel ben Bat Ami, Razel Bat Leah Miriam, Wendy Petron, Eileen Porcelli, Rachel Mibet Chaim Bachava, Eve Rader, Sam Rader, Marcy Fisher Reiners, Bruce Rubin, Reuben Yaakov and Esther Chana, the St. Amman family, Stephen Siegel, Bernard Sklar, Roberta Sanino, Jerry Starnes, Guy Stern, Susanna Stern, Harith Zapata, and Carol Zumberg, and all the names in our hearts. Baruch atah Adonai Cholim. Bless you, God, and give strength to those in need.
May the source of strength
41.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
O God, who heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds, give comfort to those who mourn. Give them courage and strength, compassion and kindness, and restore to them a sense of life's goodness. Give them the ability to accept the mystery of life and let them soon know peace. Help them endure that which no one can understand, and let us say, Amen. With Shabbat, we think of those friends and family who have been taken from us in these most recent days. With Shiva, Shloshim, and Shana we mark Ledra Sachs, Vicki Ann Bell, Betty Smith, Roger Blau, Winifred Wexler, David Del Reef, David Moran, Blanche Crane, Gary Pollock. And to their names we add those whose yard-sites we mark, those of whose anniversary of passing we lovingly commemorate. F. Barry Abrams, Molly Alpert, Janet Brody, August Francis Caligari, Rose Foster, Selma Brody Goldberg, Lena Goldberg, Seymour Paul Katzer, Connie Keefe, Robert Coffin Sr., Alice Levin, Dr. Bernard Loveland, John Mahakian, Isidore Meiji, Esther Plotnick, William Pohl, Arthur Robinson, Dr. Misha Sachs, Edward Sirota, Irene Sklar, Manuel Sklar, Saul Sklar, Albert Smith, Henrietta Sofer, Gerald Surja, Shirley Surja, Rose Weiner, Ann Weinstein, Bernice Patricia Willis, Mildred Seidman, Jerry Zucker, and the soldiers who died at D-Day at Normandy this week 79 years ago, as well as all the names in our hearts. As together we join in the words of the Mourner's Kaddish, is found on page 46 of our prayer books. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, ve'almad divarach chiritei ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayachon u'vyomechon u'v'chayei b'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam omei amaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei v'krusha brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, comfort all the bereaved among us here and everywhere, as together we say, Amen.
Oseh shalom bimramav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Hu oseh shalom bimramav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Good Shabbos, everyone. Well, we have a lot of special things tonight, so before we get to our own egg or a little tish and some announcements, when a Jew celebrates, we celebrate not just in the intimacy and the joy of our home, but we bring our joy into our community. So when a baby arrives in this world, it's great to welcome her and give her Hebrew name along with her English name the fourth time to try of doing a naming, and even when she's 3 years old. So this naming has been pandemically challenged multiple times, and even today it was supposed to be outdoors. So if we want to roll the dice, just plan a Newman baby naming and everything will turn topsy-turvy. But it's a blessing to offer to her and to honor Emma Daisy Newman, her Hebrew name now, along with her English name. So we invite Emma to come forward. Emma's a daughter of Marcia and Caleb Newman, and to bring her parents up with her as well. And the granddaughter, of course, of Michelle and Michael Rosen and Michelle and Jerry Newman. Should put that around her with. Yes, they usually don't walk and talk at their baby namings, but it's okay.
Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu, our God and God of our ancestors. Marcia and Caleb would come into your presence to voice the longings of their hearts. Give them the wisdom to teach their daughter to be faithful to the heritage and the household of Israel, that she may grow up with the knowledge that you are always near to her, guiding and sustaining her. Keep open the eyes of her spirit as she explores that talit as well, that she may ever be conscious of the beauty and the wonder of your world. Let her learn to love the goodness that is in the human soul, that she may ever nourish the goodness that has been implanted within her. Grant her health of mind and strength of body, that she may enjoy fullness of years and radiance of spirit. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, gomel chasadim tovim. Blessed are you, eternal our God, ruler of the universe, whose presence fills creation, extending love and kindness to the world.
May we never measure how much love and encouragement we offer. May we never count the times that we forgive. Rather, may we always be grateful that we have one another and that we are able to express our love in acts of kindness.
As we encircle you with this talit, so do you enter the circle of our family. As we wrap you in this talit, so may your life be wrapped in your faith and heritage. As we embrace you in this parashah, may you embrace your faith in your people.
Jewish traditions teaches that all the generations, even those unborn, were at Mount Sinai and participated in the making of a covenant between God and the people. God said, "And I will establish my covenant between me and you and your seed after you, throughout your generations as an everlasting covenant."
Today we bring our daughter into breach a covenant. Through the years to come, we'll try to impart the sanctity of the Jewish faith so she may live her life imbued with the ideals of Torah, service, and good deeds.
So there's a beautiful Jewish tradition that says every individual born into this world has 3 names. The one given by her parents, the one others will call her, and the one she acquires for herself. So Emma, in acquiring your own name, your own identity, your own strength of will, may you be inspired by the covenant we enter you into today, by the individual who you are named for, your great-grandfather, Alan Gerald Rosen, who was family-oriented, who was warm-hearted and loving, and with great intelligence as well.
With all my heart, with all my soul, with all my might, I pray for the continued health of this child. I pray for her to be strong in mind and body, to grow steadily and sturdily in a home filled with joy.
I pray for her to become a person who greets the world with passion, courage, humility, humor, and patience. With all my heart, with all my soul, with all my might, I pray for God to watch over me and my family. I pray for the ability to love and nurture this child, to provide for her and her education, to understand her and follow her, the freedom to grow.
Champagne is just around the corner, Emma. Hold on one sec. So on this, the 21st day here, in the midst of these witnesses, we give this little girl, Emma Daisy Newman, her Hebrew name. From this day until forever, may she be known among the people of Israel with her name, Ada Bat Caleb B'Shena. May it be a name that brings honor to her family. She has honor amongst our people as we bless her now with these words. Emma, as your mom and dad were blessed here not very long ago for their wedding, and as we stood together weeks before the pandemic, just like 1 week, I think, and you were a little bigger at the time, and we talked about, we'll have a naming in a couple months. Look what you've done now. And so how awesome it is that we get to say, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Bless you, God, rule the universe, who's given us life, sustained us, and brought us to this awesome moment, finally together, to celebrate Emma's entrance into this world.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shechianu
Scary rabbi.
v'higianu lazman hazeh.
Very subtle, isn't it? Welcome to this world, and mazel tov to you. It's a new thing we do for our babies who come into our world, our little ones. They get this little goodie bag, and you guys can go on off with that now. Emma's like, she's like, get me out of here. Filled with lots of good things for your home to enjoy, and a Kiddush cup and candlesticks and stuff like that. That also talks about the great things that are happening right over there as our preschool gets ready to enter into this building and share with us as well. And so in a moment, but a few things to announce here too, some things in the calendar. One, am I going?
You are.
In 2 weeks, it's our annual Pride Shabbat on June 23rd, and we're blessed to have some great speakers with us. One of our recent graduates from our high school program here, Amanda Acey, as well as our state congressman for this area here, Noah Arbit, will be speaking and sharing the pulpit of what we're doing together. So look for that in 2 weeks, and a special oneg that night, so sign up so we know how many we should get good food for, right? Other things later in 3 weeks or in 20 days, on 2.5 weeks, on whatever, is our annual meeting. And none of you have to come because you never come anyway. But if you'd like to help us out and sign a proxy so that we can say that, you like the new board members and they represent you all well. It's a beautiful night for Temple always, and so we celebrate that at our annual meeting in 2.5 weeks on Tuesday, whatever that is.
20th, I think.
27th. And Bim Bam Baby, speaking of little ones, for our toddlers, is next Friday here at 10 o'clock on June 16th. And there's a Shir Shalom camping trip.
August 11th through the 13th.
If you want to go camping with Rabbi and his family.
It's going to be awesome. August 11th through the 13th, Holly Recreation Area. We've got a number of different sites that are already reserved. So for those of you that are tent campers, for those of you that are RV campers or in the back of your car, we have some other sites that we can tell you about as well that are part of that. For those of you that wrote me today asking, can I just come up on Saturday? I didn't get to that email, but I'll answer it now by saying, yes, you can come up and be a part of it if you want to spend only one night, if you want to just spend the day with us. They have a great beach area and some recreational activities that are around with it. We're going to be doing some Torah studying while going on a nature hike as well. It should be a wonderful weekend of being able to celebrate with community from Temple. And so you can sign up online for that. Information is in the Thursday blast. And if you didn't get that, let us know, and we're happy to share that with you as well so that you can see that and all these other wonderful things that Rabbi Mike was talking about and sharing with us as well.
And so before we go in there, a moment of Tish, where you can ask any question you want, a very brief moment. Yes, Anita. "30 is just 2 years away now." Thank you. Oh, the question, Rabbi, you want to repeat it? It's sort of self-serving. So.
The question was, we did a baby naming tonight, but we didn't get to celebrate at 25th as a community. I did a l'chaim for him, so I did it on behalf of all of you.
That was a week I was not drinking, let me just say. A rare week. But, yes. My 30th anniversary is literally, I mean, I came here and it was, my interview was late March, early April of 1995. And I started, yeah. And Mary Sue Munter said that Daniel should not hire me and told the committee, Mary Sue Munter and Judy Simon in the office did not like me. They thought I was too formal and too stiff and not very natural. I was behaving for once in my life, and look what happened. Can you imagine that? Yes, Gene. Where is he? Well, it's like Waldo. You can't really ask the question.
The question is, how's Rabbi Schwartz, the elder, doing, our founding rabbi? He's doing great. I talked to him yesterday, and he's in Florida at the moment and getting ready to go back up to Maine in a couple of weeks. So he and Susie are doing well. Mm-hmm.
He still has a place in Florida?
Yeah, that's his main home is Florida. Yeah, he's there most of the year. So he's doing good.
So he's okay?
Yeah,
he's doing great. That would make my life a lot easier. He loves it. We catch up with him regularly, and he loves hearing the updates, especially different things that are going on with Project Altogether. We this past week and a half, we've been spending some time and had a number of our students, because you need to be really small to be able to do this. We have our Geniza that's just below the grandstands over here, and you'll be hearing more about that in next month's Scribe. On the cover, I'll talk a little bit more about that as well. But the Geniza itself has all sorts of different documents in it from the last 28 years of temple. Of anything with God's name on it traditionally would go in there, but there are other things that went in there as well. And so we are catching up on some of the things that we found in there, or that he knows.
Michael, your senior yearbook is in there from Temple Shir Shalom from 1989-90, with a whole page dedicated to you and a page for your brother. It is brilliant.
So some fun things.
So speaking of the Geniza, which we buried the contents of, some of that, as Rabbi said, in the foundation of the new construction, we're going to go into the social hall. In the social hall, you're going to let Rabbi Cantor and me run in there first, because you're going to grab a little, what do you call those
champagne
glasses?
Flute?
They're not flutes, they're champagne
plastic
Nicanoras, and we have, you can either get sparkling grape juice if you'd like, or we have Les Alice, either sparkling wine or Les Alice Rosé. It's actually not champagne, just under champagne in that area of France. It's a lovely sparkling white wine. Strongly recommend. It's got like, it's dry, yet it's got a fruitiness to it. The rosé, it's actually a Blanc de Blanc. It's one single grape. One kind of white grape is used for this, particularly sparkling wine, why I love it so much. But the rosé has a splash of red wine in there too, and it brings out like a tart raspberry finish to it too. So
while he's telling you about that, I'll tell you about the grape juice. It's fantastic as well. A wide variety of grapes that they put into it that they mash, and maybe even a little sugar too.
our services in there. So, yes, Gary. Well, don't worry, Gary. We have a plan. Don't steal my thunder. Gary.